been thinking a lot today about authenticity and how many people are not able to be honest. And I think the lack of the ability to be honest particularly in our relationships, comes from either being people pleasers or wanting something from the other person and therefore kind of manipulating a conversation in order to attempt to get it. And there's probably lots of other reasons as well. But in both cases, and wherever it is, and for whatever reason we're not being fully authentic in our communication, means that we're probably not very authentic or honest with ourselves. We will inevitably not take responsibility for our part in a difficult moment in a relationship. And I really believe that there are always, we're both, if you're in a relational field with somebody and things are uncomfortable between you, that it's not one person's fault. It's actually, two people hitting up against each other with their basketfuls of unmet needs that are not communicated well, and where one hasn't done enough work to support the other, or whatever it may be, or that the other person's really triggered and is firing out from their pain body as opposed to from their hearts. And I think what's really important, and certainly for me, I don't want to have relationships with anybody that are not authentic. I don't want to be in a place where I'm having to pretend anything, where I'm not able to be honest, actually. And in that place, I would hope, anyway, that I can manage myself enough emotionally to be able to hold space for another to be equally honest. And then you have authenticity, then you have a deeper connection, and then you have a real relationship. But what happens is that what tends to happen is one person will blame the other. And, at some level, if we're feeling very hurt, we need to experience that hurt. We need to feel the hurt. We need to respond from the hurt. But we don't need to hurt the other person because we're hurting. Hurt people hurt people. And I say that again, hurt people hurt people. And I think that's one of the fundamental problems in an awful lot of relationships, is that most people are not lovingly, kindly, honestly, generously sitting with their pain. And I know it's hard. Believe me, I know it's hard. It takes huge amounts of courage. But boy, is it worth it. And really, when you do that, there is a freedom that comes from inside, because you don't have to hold anything back anymore. You don't have to make yourself smaller. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to do anything. You can just be you. And really, you is love. If we perceive ourselves as God, as the divine, we're all divine beings. Every one of us is a divine being, whether we've done our work or we haven't done our work, but we're all divine beings. And so we are beings of love, actually. So how do we then come together with another being of love authentically, honestly, where we're not putting our basketfuls of unmet needs in the middle of a relationship in a harmful way? Yes, it's great to be able to say, this is what happens to me when I have this experience, or when something happens. It's really great to be able to say that, and have the other person just hear you, not react to it, not blame you, not get upset because they're feeling hurt or whatever, whatever story's going on, but just to be able to be in that place of love. And that's partly what happens, I think, when we start to really work on our journey to self-love. Simple as that. It's not complicated. Not easy, but it's not complicated. And so, there's the opportunity. And wow, they're the only relationships I really want to have where I can be honest, and where somebody can hold me in my honesty, because they've done their work. So that's an invitation to everybody, really, to just think about how much better the world would be if we were honest, authentic, because in that honesty and authenticity, we can be truly loving. And then as we're truly loving, we really step into the power of us. We really step into that inner divinity that is our birthright. But we can't do that if we're not honest.